Hello, everyone. Welcome to JavaScript To-Do App Builder course. Over the next 6 weeks, we're going to learn JavaScript by building a to-do app from scratch, and we're going to build it slowly, step by step. This isn't one of those tutorials where you watch me type and end up with code you don't understand. Instead, you'll start coding right away, understand every change you make, and watch your app evolve as your skills grow. By the end of the course, you'll not only have a fully functioning to-do app, but you'll understand exactly how it works, and you'll have rewritten it multiple times as you learn new concepts. So let's get started. Now, just an aside, that was from my script, but I just want to kind of break from that for a moment and tell you a little bit about myself. I am not a computer programmer. I am not a computer scientist. I'm just a regular guy. I fell in love with computers when I was, shoot, 7, 8, 9. My dad brought home his work computer from school, and I instantly was fascinated by it. Sure, many of you had that experience. No matter how old you are, first time you saw some technological device, you were completely enthralled. So now I am much older, but my entire life I have tried to learn how to code. I even went to school and took courses on how to code. I even have certificates um, that say so and so, me, Jason Ziegler, completed a course on coding. Now, even though I have those certificates, I've done those things, I still don't feel like a coder. I don't feel like a programmer. And if somebody asked me to do something, I would be completely um, flustered. And I would feel like I would have to look up everything. Now, some people have described this as being in tutorial hell. And I could say for sure that that is where I am. I am in the seventh circle of tutorial hell. That tutorial hell where you invest time and energy, months and months, years of your life into something, and then get frustrated, quit, only to, oh, after months of doing something you're not really don't enjoy, you continue to have these ideas about what if I could build an app that did this? What if I could create XYZ game? What if I could do that, this thing? It would be so cool. That would change everything. Uh, I would be the next Google, or I'd be the next Twitter, or whatever it might be. And you have these, keep having these ideas, but your barrier is that you cannot code. And that's where I am after, it pains me to say, 37 years. And that's since, like I said, I started when I was 7, 8, and 9. I'm in my mid 40s, and um, this isn't about my life story, but it's just to say, no matter where you are, you may be in that particular situation. And the reason why I'm creating this course is I want to try something new, something I haven't tried before, which is to not go through a course where the person says, here's what you write, and then it does this, and then here's what you write, and then it does this. I've even been through courses that have explained everything. Like, here's this concept, and here's what we're going to do. I get to the end of the course, I still have no clue. I can't write it myself. I could never write it myself. It feels like just a memorization of things. And so that's what I want to do, something completely different in my eyes, whereas we are starting from the very beginning, starting from not just hello world, and then now I'm going to show you how to build an app. It's something different, I think. And it's a concept I actually learned from a course, but I never completed that course, which pains me to say. But this is my attempt at recreating that course. So what we're going to do is, here's what you can expect over the next few weeks. We're going to, week one, we're going to work entirely in the browser. Okay. There's no setup, there's no CSS, no anything like that. We're just going to focus on JavaScript basics. Uh, Today, the first thing that we're going to do for lesson one is going to be just make an array. We're going to create some variables. We're going to make an array. We're going to learn how to manipulate the array a little bit. And then we'll move on. So week two, we're actually going to start to get into building inside of the browser in the traditional sense where we have an application like a JavaScript file, and we connected it to a HTML file and starting to run some code in the browser. And then from there, week 3 through 6, we'll keep improving the app. We'll add features and like editing the to-dos, deleting to-dos, saving the data, and then we'll talk a little bit about styling and ultimately refactoring the app into a cleaner, more professional application. And so I want you to think of this as kind of building something step by step. Think about building a house. We got to start with the foundation. I know that's very cliche, but we're going to start with just a plot of dirt. We're going to go dig in the dirt, and we're going to pick up a few twigs, and we're going to put those together and say, theoretically, we're going to build this house, but we've got to understand like a stick can stand up, and when two sticks are put together, they can make this shape, and we're gonna take it really slow like that. And I hope that with that repetition and with that basic understanding, from a high level basic understanding, we're not going to get into the weeds with too much of the detail, but we're going to try to just take it slow, and we're going to iterate on a concept so that we start to see this code evolve. And we're going to talk through problems, and we're going to make mistakes, and we're going to look things up, and we're going to push ourselves to learn this from the beginning. So if you want to go on this journey with me, I invite you to come along, and it's going to be 6 weeks of struggle, and I hope you're here for it. So we'll see you in the first lesson.